the I that is you and the I that is me. Only then can we truly see. Without another person to see ourselves in, we have nothing to begin. This flow through comes during the middle of one of my most deeply fundamental moments in my life. 9922. And I know that this will be happening for many of us too. So as I flow through this, it's actually meant for me. Feeling as we have purpose to share what it is we experience that brings us enrichment, that we know helps others. But instead of needing to tell, to please, to be good enough to receive, we share without reason. It's the feeling of difference between walking around, preaching, knocking on doors, or sitting in a cave somewhere and having people come to find you because they know there's a frequency you're not trying to receive, you're just flowing through, nothing else to do. It's fundamentally people pleasing. People pleasing mixed in with a desire to be seen, to be good enough, which is people pleasing, but it's a different feeling. It's like needing to prove. It's to do with worth. Am I worthy of your love? Oh, I get a little bit of it when I'm like this, so I'll be like this. I won't be the real me. And my frequency is still like banging all over the place inside, trying to find something external to attach any of my programs upon or through. I just ran through some deep work in front of the mirror, and I had somebody with me, the most beautiful, amazing soul, that I deeply realise on a fundamental level, physical and spherical, is me. And not in a way that like completes me, but in a way that every single person is a projection of me. And whatever relationship we have with them is the relationship we have with ourselves that part of them represents. Pleasing the feminine. Pleasing the feminine. For myself. Program that I was running that was almost the root. Well, it is actually. It's not the root. The point that this program was made at is a side shoot. So there's a main river, it's a side river. it's still very big. To go right back, it's right back to birth, before birth, in my mother's womb. To please the feminine. And as I'm a very sexual being, my sexual energy is my power. I developed a program that was a mix of many. By being sexual then actually meant that I almost felt I had to. It was because of the desire to please the feminine. And this isn't in every situation. Most definitely not with every person. It's a program that's been there. And been fear of the feminine because of it. And again, you saw it. And you've been there through. Because you are you. And I'm me. And the connection between us, it's rarer, to say the least. World changing. World changing. People pleasing is something that is hardwired into us all. From birth, before birth. And then each person, depending on what program that they run within you, most of it's worth, or being good enough. Am I a good enough dad? The parts of our children that annoy us are parts of ourselves that we felt were put down when we were children, that were annoying. Parts of us we had to repress, that we see free in our children, that triggers that internal pain, that because you've been carrying it, we've been carrying it, I've been carrying it my whole life. And in the collective consciousness of the being state that is this planet, there's a lot of pain. We are part of this planet, and many of us feel the same. And tonight, I know exactly what I need to do. And the two mirrors that have been most relevant. Thank you. Thank you to everyone. Everyone I've ever come into contact with. Everyone I've ever known. If you think me good, you think me bad. If you know me at all. I release all interactions with all. And the feeling state that was uplifting and high vibration be shared equally between all. And known to be you. The part of you that you saw reflected from me as I saw myself reflected from you. The I that is you and the I that is me. Then we can truly see. Fucking hell, man. This is going to take some integrating. It means so many things. So many things. Right? This is it. This is that big breakthrough. And instead of wanting to externalize it all, to validate it, and going through it, as we do. Oh man. I need no external validation, so I don't need to unpack the jigsaw and make it. I can just know I can make it, that there's something there to do. Shadow work's like taking out jigsaw puzzles and making them. Going running these whole programs, working through it all. It's a jigsaw puzzle. And we see pieces on the faces of other people. The thing is, we don't need to take it out and work through, because we know we can. We've done it before. And actually, our ability to experience manifestation on a global scale of a world of fucking bliss for everyone, it is more easily done than any of us realise. No. And whatever this is coming through, this heaviness, it's the masculine that is tired. Tired, repressed, fed up. Ancestrally, through time, carrying weights and burdens beyond belief, dying to protect their family above all else. Men. And then through media and all these other tools of information distribution, at certain times when the frequency would be naturally high, and those of us that see through keep this high energy and do the inner work journey, the liberational journeys, the breakthroughs come in these high energy moments. But everyone else is distracted all the time. And we've been unpacking our jigsaws and working through them, and now we can see the bigger picture, as you can too. Yes, yes, yes. What frequency is this? We've done it before and we'll do it again. There is nothing else that needs to be learned. Men, me. Women, me. Everything we do, everything you do, starts and ends with you. The things you have done have never been wrong. Just as you know, everyone else does the best they can with the information they have at their disposal. So do you. And so you always have. From the moment you're conscious, right back to the very first time. Every moment, every lifetime has all led you to this. To this moment of true well, at the moment it's a mix of confusion and bliss. As my throat begins to close up and I slouch over, actually it's because it wants to be true. Something that's said, something we know, deep down, deep down sometimes. But the way we've always looked at it is below. Oh, this one's beautiful. Clever bastards, right? Heaven above, earth below. Humanity believes everything that is holy and good is above. Everything that is bad and will condemn us for eternity is below. Again, this is why it's called light work, isn't it? I'm a light worker. Yes. It's not about the money. Yeah. I had a big epiphany there. I know I did. But that one must have just been for me. I'm going to process all of this, integrate it at a cellular level. Because this is the core of all my old programs. Worthiness, not being enough, not being good enough, is more good, because you can be something else. Okay, so working through my ancestral programs in the mirror. That's what led me to this point. And where before I would have thought this is pretty shit. Oh, that was it, heaven and hell. So that's another program, just work through like that. Don't need to unpack the jigsaw. Fuck man. It's going to take some getting used to this. Integrate. Last one, heaven and hell. Clear and split. I bet that way, look. Okay. So, God, the creator, the saviour, heaven, the place you go to forever, is above you, in front of you. It's where you're going. To get there, you carry the burdens energetically that you come with if you do not work through them. We all come here to learn something, almost like let's just look at it as levels to compete in a game. And being the potential infinity number of things and an infinity of yous because of the existence of infinity. There could be an infinite use, living infinite different versions with infinite different lives. And it's things like this that then open up those potential jigsaws to look through. the deepest realization that I've come to is that it is you. There is no issue with any other person. The issue is always with you. And when you have somebody, a twin flame, come into contact, it's world changing. When I say this now, that deeply known, I can be sexually free as a man with a massive amount of sexual energy, which is my creative power that I flow into everything I do. I can do that and be sexual around women without having to please, having to give more. And again, it's not, if you look at it deeper, even that, is that I don't have to be a particular way, because at some point I was feeling good as a young teen, and I'd be energized, and people-pleasing tendencies. Being a people-pleaser, which comes from a fear of safety and a need to be accepted neurologically and biologically, it's locked into us ancestrally. People-pleasing tendencies can lead to all sorts of things, even addictions. Pleasing part of yourself, getting it from part of yourself. If everything external is your own interaction, then it's kind of like you make it all yourself. But then there's kind of a different level to this game, where we don't actually play it through the character's eyes. We realise we're in the room. And knowing that we're not the character, but the player, and knowing that there's actually a autoplay, we just let it run and sit back and enjoy. A bit more like a film. Because we've actually created our story as well. And it's one of greatness for us all. This just needs to flow through. The energy here is very heavy, very tiring. It's the divine masculine, carrying the weights for potentially in forever, eternity. And recently, more and more, having his divinity control, his voice silenced, his aggression repressed. In the animal kingdom, anger and energy is freely used the way it was intended, working through dark age ancestral programs. For those of us that have chosen to do it, it's not easy. Again, we're already free. Mirror gazing is incredibly powerful. We look into ourselves, we check the sides, we think about a person when we look in our own eyes, because they best represent the program. In the hallway, I had a friend round, the most beautiful soul. And everything I'm saying at the moment is logic, and I know the emotion is there, but I'm keeping everything that I am in, because in this moment is logic. It's a program. So looking at it in logically will just automatically affect it emotionally. That channel just won't be there. I was looking in the mirror at me and having a conversation with my dad, and every time I'd have a realization, I'd be like, he would say something to put me down, derogatory, and boy. And every time I was like, I'm a man. And I felt it. And then I checked and went in. And I'd come out and feel, okay. And then boy would start again. And then what I actually did, which I'm going to go do in a moment or two, which I did again this evening. And because there is that still old program until I have fully released and integrated during my sleep, there still feels a guard on my heart, which I know Jess would have felt. And I would have previously thought she would think it's about her. So do everything to hide it and feel really weird inside. It's always about self. When you have a love, see, coming from logic and knowing that you know it, when using these windows of opportunity of energetics, when everybody else again is distracted by certain things on the media, always perfect timing, of course, as though it is consciously created collectively, and that if we came together as a large enough number, we could consciously create, energetically, and then physically manifest with ease the biggest of pieces of the jigsaw, part of the bigger picture, and the creation of the world. You've already done it. You do it again. Whatever. It's already done. And actually, then we can be done with that channel. And even this, slouching down, running through programs, when you slouch down, you feel low. It represses your energy. Your mind will naturally go to a place where it experiences repressed energy. And then it will run an old story and blame that other person for whatever situation, or that substance, or that external anything. I'd be successful, but I'd be happy, but the butt of the joke. It was me all along. You all along. The I that is everything and nothing. We really don't know how to explain. So even that is kind of making me feel that I hope I did it right. I hope I did it for whoever. And that is that same worth program. It's the core to it all. Knowing it's not even about being worthy. It's just being. Again, whatever is created. Oh, fucking heaven and hell, I didn't even explain it. Heaven's above, it's in front, earth's below, and it's in dark. Hell. Heaven's above and light. Heaven is bright. Hell is below and dark and damned for eternity. I did say, okay, the program of work is still there. Not been working. I looked at the feminine in a particular branch that is now free. Allow me to or is it distraction? There you go. Whatever way I look, it ends at the same point. Full surrenderance to the feminine. Which is what I'm going to do by going and laying bare skins on the earth.